Clips that show ghosts are real. Ghosts are actually real. Let's find out. The concept of ghosts and some sort of spiritual beings existing besides humans have been there since the start of human life. People are constantly talking about paranormal things happening to them. Some even share photos and videos of their experiences. For today's video, we are going to be presenting some clips that prove that ghosts are in fact real. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. 7. Raynham Hall Ghost. This image is disturbing, but its background is much more terrifying. According to legends, the ghostly figure is Lady Dorothy Walpole, sister of Prime Minister Robert Walpole and second wife of Charles Townshend. It is said that Townshend staged a fake funeral for Dorothy after learning she had an affair with nobleman Thomas Wharton before their marriage. Dorothy was then imprisoned at Raynham Hall, where she remained until her death in 1726. However, much of that history is based on hearsay. This image, which was shot by Captain Hubert C. Provence in 1936 and purports to depict the ghost of Dorothy coming down the steps of Raynham Hall, while presumably donning brown clothing, is all the evidence some spiritualists want. 6. William Hope. William Hope was one of the first individuals to specialize in spirit photography, compiling a collection of ethereal photographs. He even acted as the group's founder and leader. Even though some of Hope's spirit photos were found to be fake and many people thought he was a fraud in general, Hope still gave us some of the most iconic photographs in all of the ghost hunting. In a photograph of Charles Tweedale and his wife, her late father's spirit is allegedly visible in the background. In a similar photograph, Mr. and Mrs. Gibson are allegedly reunited with their late son. And perhaps the most well-known photograph Hope took was of Mrs. Hortense Leverson, in which her late husband is seen hovering about. 5. An unexpected photobomb. One thing is clear from a gothic horror story in this photo, which was supposedly taken in the 1950s. A figure hanging upside down as others stare unblinkingly into the camera. The figure almost blends into the background with his shadowy arms and a head that is nothing more than a black void, making him resemble Slenderman. However, if you only look at half of the photo, it might appear as a pleasant moment shared by two mothers and their children walking away. Nobody is sure why Slenderman takes the people he does or leaves the people he does, but the people he leaves behind are eternally changed by his presence, despite the fact that this person is dressed in lengthy one-piece undergarments while wearing a black suit. I would never want to be photobombed like this. 4. Man in Black. Given that churches are spiritual buildings, it stands to reason that they could include some spirits. The 12th century Sefton Church in Merseyside, England, was photographed in September 1999 by two people and published in the book The Real Ghosts of Brad Steger, Restless Spirits and Haunted Places, despite the fact that the two do not recall anyone in the photograph. The photograph shows a blurry man wearing black, and given the figure's dark clothing, some have speculated it might be the ghost of a minister. 3. Toys R Us. Back when we were kids, few things were as exciting as looking around Toys R Us for Transformers, Barbies, and ghosts. This photo was captured at a store in Sunnyvale, California. A threatening figure might be seen in the backdrop of this picture. However, it appears that it was not there when it was shot. According to mythology, the Sunnyvale shop was constructed where Murphy's formerly stood, and numerous staff and customers have reported weird behavior. Legends say, once on a farm, when a preacher named Johnny Johnson was on the farm, he fell in love with Murphy's daughter Elizabeth, but she preferred a lawyer, Johnson. Johnny Johnson died in a farm accident involving an axe. It's believed that he still roams around that farm, but whether or not it's Johnny in the photo, we suppose Toys R Us are technically riddled with ghosts now. 2. Ghost on the train tracks. Next up we have this ghost on the train tracks, with nighttime train tracks in the background and a spooky little being. This photo has all the makings of a classic ghost story. Talking about which the backstory of the photo, it all sounds like something you'd hear around a campfire. According to a legend, a school bus pulled up on the tracks of San Antonio in the 1930s or 1940s, but suddenly a train charged into the bus, killing several children on board. In one version, the bus driver survived the accident, but not the passengers. The bus driver felt so guilty, He went back on the train tracks in an attempt to end his life, but the ghosts of the kids apparently pushed his car away from the tracks. 1. 3 is better than 2. Last but not the least, we have this situation that took place in the early 2000s when two friends were having their picture taken by a stranger in Manila, Philippines. An unexpected third party appeared in the photograph. The transparent figure appears to be grabbing the arm of a girl, even though neither of them felt the presence of another person. Anyway, this wraps up our video for today. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments section down below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel while you're at it.